Hello my dear students, welcome back to your favorite channel NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator. Yes, so students, if we quickly recall, in the previous class we have done with the second kingdom, that is kingdom Protista. So under the kingdom Protista we have learned in detail about the slime molds, okay, and we have also done with the Protistian algae. Under these we have learned about the euglena, and we have also completed about the protozoans in detail. In protozoans we have covered entirely about the about amoeba as well as about the paramecium, students. So this is what we have discussed in the previous class. So please always remember the most important examples under the kingdom Protista, that is euglena, dinoflagellates as well as the diatoms. These all are going to be included under the Protistian algae. Yes, and when it comes to the protozoans, okay, there we have done with the amoeba as well as the paramecium. So in amoeba the finger like projections are called as pseudopodia, which will help to capture the food as well as it is also involved in the locomotion. And next, if we look into the paramecium, okay, the entire body is covered by the minute hair like structures called as cilia. Yes, so the cilia are many in number when compared to the flagella. If the flagella is going to be present also, that may be either 1 or 2, but when we see the cilia, they are present entirely over the body of the organism. Yes, so now in this today's particular session we are going to learn about the third most important kingdom, that is kingdom fungi, my dear students. So this is also one of the most important kingdom, and again same, okay, you are also going to learn about this in the 11th standard also, my dear students. Yes, so it is important for the NEET foundation as well. Yes, stay tuned until the session gets end. Yes, so now we will look into the general characteristics of the kingdom fungi. Yes, so now just before starting the session, just if you quickly see these particular images, okay, here we can see the fungal mat is going to be formed on the top of the surface of the bread, okay. So here simply the fungi is spoiling the food items, okay, here the fungi is going to spoil the bread, okay. And next here if we look, it is a mushroom and it is also categorized as a fungi. So now quickly answer me, so what is the reason, what is the major reason that fungi, that these particular mushrooms are considered as the fungi? Quickly answer me in the comment section, my dear students. Yes, so these are the fungi, okay, it is a mushroom, it is also considered as a fungi, but we are going to consume the mushrooms, okay. If we look into this, some 100 different types of mushrooms are going to be present, but all are not eatable, okay, only few are going to be consumed, my dear students. Only few of the mushrooms are considered as good for the health and that only we can eat, and remaining are harmful to us. So the fungi, okay, the mushrooms are of different types, among them few are beneficial to us and few are harmful to us. And here this is a fungal mat like structure which is going to be present and which is going to be formed on the top of the surface of the bread. Yes, so here simply by looking it we can categorize few of the fungus, okay. Few of the fungal categories are beneficial to us, whereas few are harmful to us. So now we are going to look into it, why fungi is categorized, okay, why fungi is placed in the separate kingdom. Yes, so what are the major reasons for this particular mushroom, okay, what is the major reason why these mushrooms are considered as the fungi? Yes, quickly answer me and try to answer, my dear students. Yes, so the mushrooms are considered as these are considered and these are placed under the kingdom fungi because it is not going to contain the conductive tissues, okay, it is not going to contain the vascular tissues. What are the vascular tissues? The xylem and phloem tissues are absent, whereas we can find these particular conductive tissues only in the plants. So due to the absence of vascular tissues, yes, so the vascular tissues are absent, okay. Yes, so due to the absence of the vascular tissues, these are considered as, yes, so these are placed under the kingdom fungi. And next, the most important point, again if we look into it, the cell wall of the plants is made up of cellulose, whereas here the cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin, Okay, the cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin, my dear students. Yes. So, here I am just going to write the most important main major differences why these particular mushrooms are placed under the kingdom fungi. Just please note down. Yes. So, these are going to lack the vascular tissues. Vascular tissues are absent. And next, these are going to contain the cell wall. Okay, the fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. And next one, yes, and the next major reason, okay, these are going to show the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, my dear students, because these particular mushrooms, okay, these are not going to contain the chlorophyll. Okay, when it is not going to contain the chlorophyll and chloroplast everything, then it is not going to perform, it is unable to perform the photosynthesis, hence it is going to be considered as heterotroph, right. Yes. So, it is going to show the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, these three are the major points that is going to indicate that mushrooms are going to belong towards the fungi, but they are not going to consider as the plants. So, what are the major reasons, my dear students? It is not going to contain the vascular tissues, it means the xylem tissue and the phloem tissues are completely absent. And next, if we look into this particular fungal cell wall is made up of chitin, whereas the plant cell wall is made up of cellulose. So, this is the way actually you need to learn to become perfect in these particular general characteristics of these particular chapter, students. So, always you need to learn this chapter by comparing the characteristic features of the previous kingdom towards the new kingdom. Okay, when you are going to start to learn the new kingdom, then you need to know the characteristic features of the previous kingdom also, then you are going to categorize them easily and then you are going to understand about it in depth, students. Yes, and it is also not going to contain the chlorophyll, hence it is considered as the heterotrophs. Okay. So, these are the major points. So, now we will look into the few more important general characteristic features of fungi. Yes. So, here fungi are thalloid, unicellular or multicellular. Yes. So, what does the term thalloid indicate? It means it is not going to be differentiated into true roots, stems or leaves. Okay. So, which is not going to be differentiated into true roots, stems or leaves, that particular body is called as thalloid. Okay. And these are unicellular. Okay. But there is one exception, that not all the fungi are unicellular, but only with the exception yeast. Okay. So, yeast is a fungi which is only unicellular in nature. It means it is going to possess only a single cell, whereas the remaining all the fungi are multicellular, my dear students. Yes, and each filament called hyphae, yes, the body of the fungi, okay, the body of the fungi is called as the mycelium, and inside the mycelium each filament is called as hyphae. Okay. So, the fungi is going to, the body of the fungi is going to possess a fine network like thread like structures called as hyphae. Okay. Each single thread like filament is called as the hyphae, whereas such type of cluster of filaments is called as the mycelium. Clear with these particular statements, students? The thread like structures, okay, the fine thread like structures in the fungi are called as hyphae. Okay, the single thread like structure is called as the hyphae, whereas the cluster of the hyphae are called as mycelium. Yes. So, now this is the most important that you all need to remember for the NEET entrance purpose. Yes. So, for the NEET foundation question, yes, this is going to form the major question, students. So, this is one of the most important thing that you need to remember. Yes, cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin, whereas the cell wall of the plants is made up of cellulose, whereas the cell wall of the bacteria is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, these all the three cell walls that you need to remember to crack the foundation examination. Yes, and it is going to lack the chlorophyll. Yes, when the chlorophyll is absent in this particular fungi, then it is going to show which type of nutrition? Obviously, heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? Yes, it is going to show heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes. So, R.H. Whittaker has classified all these kingdoms based on the important characteristic features that already I have said you, based on the modes of nutrition, based on whether they are going to belongs towards the unicellular or multicellular, whether they are autotrophs or heterotrophs. So, depending on these categories, depending upon these main general characteristic features, R.H. Whittaker has divided it into 5 kingdoms. Yes. So, now it is going to lack the chlorophyll, hence it is heterotroph in nature. And next, some of the fungi are parasitic in nature. Okay, it means they are going to obtain the nourishment and nutrients from the host, and some are saprophytes, which are going to obtain the nutrition from the dead and decaying organisms. Okay, they are going to obtain the food from the dead and decaying ones. And next one, if we see the reserve food material. Okay, so the reserve food material, okay, this is also one of the most important question we can expect for the NEET foundation exams. So the reserve food material is glycogen and oil droplets. Okay, so the reserve food materials in the fungi are glycogen as well as oil droplets, whereas the reserve food material in the plants is starch. So this is the thing you need to remember in the plants as well as in the fungi, students. So now we will look into the most important examples of these particular kingdom fungi. So first one is penicillium. So penicillium is also going to be included under the kingdom fungi, and this is used for the preparation of antibiotics. And next one is yeast. Okay, so if you look into the type of reproduction in the yeast, it is going to show the budding. Okay, budding is a type of reproduction method. Okay, it is a type of asexual reproduction method which is going to be performed by the yeast. Okay, and yeast is unicellular. Remember these, students. Yeast is a unicellular fungi, where it is an exception, whereas remaining all the fungi are multicellular. So it is going to be reproduced. Okay, the mode of reproduction in the yeast is, it is a asexual type, and that is budding. So how and what is the mechanism and how this budding process is going to occur? So if we see here, so this is the yeast, and here small outgrowths are going to be present. Okay, small outgrowths are going to be protrude from this yeast, those are called as small buds, my dear students. So if suppose if this is a yeast and it is going to contain only a single cell, hence it is a unicellular, and it is going to produce a small outgrowths called as buds on the surface of the body. So these small outgrowths, okay, the buds, when they are going to be matured, they are going to detach from the parent body. Okay, they are going to detach and they are going to grow as the new individuals. Again these new individuals are going to produce the extra outgrowths called as buds on the surface of their body. Okay, this is simply the asexual type of reproduction method shown by the yeast. Okay, yeast is a unicellular one. Okay, and these buds, okay, yeast is going to produce the outgrowths called as the buds, and these buds, when they are going to be matured, they are going to detach from the parent body and they grow as individual fungi. And next one, mushrooms. Okay, so this is also called as agaricus. Okay, and these mushrooms are also placed under the kingdom fungi only due to the presence of the cell wall like chitin, and it is not going to show the vascular tissues. Okay, vascular tissues like xylem and phloem are absent. So this is one of the major reason that these are considered and placed under the kingdom fungi. And next one, rhizopus. Okay, this is a fungal mat which is going to grow on the surface of the bread. So clear with these particular third kingdom fungi, my dear students. So these are the most important general characteristic features. In the next class, we are going to see all the general characteristic features of the kingdom Plantae. So under the kingdom Plantae, again we are going to learn about the gymnosperms, angiosperms, bryophytes and pteridophytes and many other things, my dear students. So stay tuned with the NEET World, like, share and subscribe.